birthday package. Welcome everybody. Let's do a book haul. Already on this channel, a book haul. It just so happened that I was already planning on doing some recording today, and then my book outlet order came a day early. And I'm like, that is perfect timing. Perfect timing. Alright, so I don't remember every single book I ordered, but there was a big sale and I was like, okay. They're not all horror, I don't think. I think there's a couple sci-fi. I'm not entirely sure. Let's just get into it, shall we? So, so first up, I think we have a few YA books in this lot. I think they are horror and sci-fi YA, if I remember correctly. I do read some YA, if it's horror or sci-fi. Haven't read too much fantasy YA unless it's horror-esque or maybe some thriller. Maybe. I really enjoyed Sawkill Girls and Wilder Girls. Girls. Oh, that was a long one. Really long one. I don't even know if you could hear me. I was just like... So the first one we have is Green Valley. What Hides Beneath the Surface, it says. And I really liked this. Also, it's by Louis Greenberg. Louis Greenberg, I don't know. I really like the cover of this one because it kind of reminds me of the Upside Down, and I had just seen it on Book Outlet and read that I think it was about a community, or the world is all in experienced in VR now. When Lucy Sterling's niece is abducted, she knows it won't be easy to find answers. Stanton is no ordinary city. Invasive digital technology has been banned by public vote. No surveillance state, no shadowy companies holding databases of information on private citizens, no phone tracking their every move. Only one place stays firmly anchored in the bad old ways. In a huge bunker across town, Green Valley, where the inhabitants have retreated into the comfort of full-time virtual reality. I mean, it sounds fun to me. And it's inside Green Valley, beyond the ideal virtual world it presents, and Lucy will have to go find her missing niece. Anyways, I just thought that was a cool sounding plot. I haven't heard anything about it. I don't know anyone that read it. I'm sure plenty have. I don't remember anyone reading it that I watch on BookTube, but they probably did, and I just can't remember because I watch so much BookTube now. But yeah, it looked interesting, so picked that up. Next, we have The Man Who Was Poe, a spine-chilling tale of mystery and murder. I just again saw this and I was like, what a cool cover. It looks like it's from the 90s. And I think it is. Let me see here. It's a great condition. It's brand new looking. 1989 was when it was originally written. So that's pretty cool. I really like the cover of that. It is night and Edmund is all alone. His mother is gone. His sister has disappeared. Edmund has no one except for a dark and mysterious stranger who follows him through the cold and shadowy city with offers of help. But who is the stranger who gives Edmund refuge? He has a mission of his own and he needs Edmund, but he tells him nothing of his purpose. Yet the stranger is Edmund's only hope of discovering the dark secrets that surround the disappearance of his family. So I believe this is a children's book, maybe? Anyways, I really really like the cover of this one. So I just kind of picked that one up on a whim as well. I can't remember the pricing, but I'm sure it was fantastic if I picked it up. So next we have, oh, Ghost Story by Peter, is it Straub? Ghost Story by Peter Straub. I said that, Straub. I'm saying that really funny. Is that how you say it? I don't know. Shame on me, because this is a classic. I'm mad I see a sticker. That's gonna come off. But I am really excited about this because obviously it's a classic. Everyone seems to love it, and I have not read it. I will be honest here. Let me just tell you, side note, I read for a really long time, like in school. For like 9 years, I was in psych and anthro. And after like my master's, I was like just so burnt out on reading like what I had to read. And don't get me wrong, like I loved reading like ethnographies, which is like about different cultures. But you know, you just burnt out. I just burnt out. So I forgot like what like leisure reading was like. And I only had recently got back into it the past couple years. So I feel like I've missed out on a lot of classics, like even like much older classics, but even the classics that are going to become classics in the past so many years. So yeah, that was just a little side rant because, you know, first video, get to know me, all that stuff. Although I'm not sure, this actually might be like going into my second video. It depends on how much vlogging I do this week. So next up we have Bentley Little, The Haunted by Bentley Little. The cover's cool. It was also very, very cheap. It sounded kind of fun. Not that I remember anything about it. I mean, Stephen King blurbed it, so I don't know. Some people, one of the first booktubers I ever watched said that he loves Stephen King, obviously. Very big Stephen King fan. But he tends to dislike books that Stephen King blurbs. He just found like a correlation between it. And I mean, I might be wrong. I think that's what he said a couple times. Once in his live stream and I think in like actual videos. But his name is Edward Thorne. Put it right here. So yeah, he was actually the first booktuber I ever watched. I think I was looking up a Stephen King review, or I can't remember what it was, but it was Stephen King, and that's how I found Edward Thorne, and that's how I found BookTube. So thank you, Edward Thorne. The next up we have, oh, this is much shorter than I thought. The Beauty. Oh, this is like a, oh, I'm gonna read that real quick. This might be, I'll read this maybe this month. The Beauty by Elia Whitley? Am I saying that wrong? I'm really bad at pronouncing names, so please forgive me. Please forgive me. So this book, let me see what it is about here. Somewhere away from the cities and towns in the Valley of the Rocks, a society of men and boys gather around the fire each night to listen to their history recounted by Nate, the storyteller. Requested most often by the group is the tale of the death of all women. They are the last generation. One evening, Nate brings back new secrets from the woods. Peculiar mushrooms are growing from the ground where the women's bodies lie buried. These are the first signs of a strange and insidious presence unlike anything ever known before. Discover the beauty. Now I remember what this one's about. This one sounds so interesting, and it looks like it's going to be like a reading in one sitting kind of book. Really excited that. Look at the cover. Really cool. Don't mind my poorly painted fingernails. I was kind of rushing to get it done so I could use my energy for this. Because I only have so much energy a day because, you know, illness. Next up is a YA, You Must Not Miss by Katrina Leno? Katrina Leno? So, if you give a name to an impossible thing, does that make the impossible thing any less impossible? I just realized that this is the same author who did the Horrid book, and I haven't read that, but like every time I see the cover, I'm like, pretty cover. And this cover is like gorgeous too. I mean, that's amazing as well. Says Magpie Lewis started writing in her yellow notebook the day after her father ruined her mother's life. The day after her sister skipped town and left Magpie to fend for herself. The day after Brandon Phillips' party. Now Magpie is called a slut in the hallways of her high school. Her former best friend won't speak to her, and she spends her lunch period with a group of misfits who've been socially exiled. And so, feeling trapped and forgotten, Magpie retreats to her notebook, dreaming up a magical place called Near. Near is perfect, a place where her father never cheated, her mother never drank, and Magpie's life never derailed. She imagines Near so completely, so fully, that she writes it into existence right into her own backyard. At first, Near is a peaceful escape, but it soon becomes something darker. Somewhere nightmares lurk and hidden truths come to light. Soon it becomes a place where Magpie can do anything she wants, even get her revenge. Now I don't know why, because it's really not like it at all, but for some reason I just got like Coraline feels from this. I think it's like because you're wishing so much for like a certain type of life, or like where it was like her parents never fought. Her father never cheated, or her mother never drank, sorry. And so that kind of reminded me a bit of Coraline, I guess, but it's probably nothing like that. So I'm assuming it's kind of fantastical, and I mean, someone here says, April Henry says it was like a fever dream, so I mean, that sounds fun. Oh, I got this one for $1.99. It was on the $1.99 bestseller like sale thing they have, and it's called The Butterfly Girl, and I didn't know anything about it. It was like a hardcover, $1.99, and I was like, it's a thriller. Don't know what it's about. I know that it explores the depth of love and sacrifice in the face of a past that cannot be left dead and buried. This one might be interesting. Literally was just on the whim. I was checking out $1.99 thriller, might as well pick it up. I'll try not to read every back of every single one of them. We'll be here for a really long time if we do that, and I'm you know, getting my bearings here, so. Next, we have The Return by Rachel Harrison. Now, I saw this like all over BookTube and Book Talk, and I saw it on there, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, I'll pick it up. Very beautiful, vibrant pink colors, and I heard that it was pretty good. So a group of friends reunite after one of them has returned from a mysterious 2-year disappearance in this haunting debut novel. Julie is missing and no one believes she will ever return, except Elise. Elise knows Julie better than anyone and feels it in her bones that her best friend is out there and that one day Julie will come back. She's right. 2 years to the day that Julie went missing, she reappears with no memory of where she's been or what happened to her. This sounds like it is going to be splendid, and the author that wrote The Sundown Motel said it was impossible to put down in a perfect nightmare of a story. The Sundown Motel, very interesting. I had DNF'd it, not because it wasn't good, because I was listening to it on audio, and then like life happened and I wasn't able to like listen to the audiobook for like weeks, and I lost track of what was happening. So I DNF'd it, but like DNF'd it as in at a later date I will come back to it, because it wasn't that I didn't like the writing or anything, it was just I literally forgot, like I lost the story, and it was good. It was good. We have a lot of YA in this pile, but we also have Lost Boy by Christina Henry. I have never read Christina Henry, and I know that people adore. I know of people who adore Christina Henry, and I saw this on bookoutlet, and I was like, okay, these are in such good condition. Obviously, this is the story of Hook that you might not know. I hope it's bloody and gory, like this. Like this. Did Christina Henry also write Near the Bone? Near the Bone was on my most anticipated list for releases this year, but I didn't end up picking it up because I had to make a decision. There's so many books I want to pre-order for August that I had to make a decision on what to buy. And Near the Bone, I would probably prefer to read it in the winter anyways, so I might as well just wait on it, avoid spoilers, all that good stuff. But anyways, this looks awesome, sounds awesome, excited. Sorry I keep shifting on the floor, like I'm all of a sudden very uncomfortable. So another classic that I did not read, Amidable Horror. I have not read this. You know, I've seen the films, but I have not read this. So I'm thinking this is going to be soon. Sticker's gotta go though, but excited to read that. Oh my god, okay, so this has been on my wish list on Amazon for a while, and like when I seen it on bookoutlet, I was like, I need to get a book order because I just need this book. And I just adore the cover of this. The Saturday Night Ghost Club. It's just, I don't know, like I just love the style of it. Like it's so cute. Of course it's a penguin book, but like I just like look at it. And the bikers, you can like feel them. Oh my god, like there's just so much cute detail. Like the ghost girl up here. Like don't even read the synopsis. Like, what is this? This looks fun. I want some of this. This is great. It is growing up in 1980s Niagara Falls. I am Canadian. I am from Nova Scotia though. So I'm still interested though. And 1980s, 1990s, everything like that in books is kind of my jam. I know that's like a lot of people's jam, but it is also mine. So anyways, growing up in 1980s Niagara Falls, a seedy but magical, slightly haunted place, Jake Baker spends most of his time with his uncle Calvin, a kind but eccentric enthusiast of occult artifacts and conspiracy theories. The summer Jake turns 12, he befriends a pair of siblings new to town, and so Calvin initiates them all into the Saturday Night Ghost Club. But as the summer goes on, what begins as a seemingly light-hearted project will uncover mysteries darker than any of its members, young or grown, had imagined. With the alternating warmth and heartbreak of the best coming-of-age stories, The Saturday Night Ghost Club is a note-perfect novel that establishes Craig Davidson as a remarkable literary talent. I'm just so excited. I don't know why. I don't even remember. Someone on BookTube had brought this up. There's also like another cover that's really nice. And as soon as I saw the cover, I didn't even hear them speak about this novel. So I was like, I need it. All right, we need to speed up a little bit here. So next we have Give the Dark My Love. So I have a goal to read like at least a couple fantasy this year, because I just don't read much unless it's more horror than fantasy. So I picked this up, and again, this is like a dark fantasy, and I think it is about like necromancy. Am I wrong about that? Let me take a look. Yeah. Yes. There's necromancy in this. So I'm excited. I don't have much to like compare it to in terms of like, I don't read much fantasy right now, at least. Like I've read like Lord of the Rings and stuff like that, like classics, but I am definitely missing out in the fantasy genre unless it is horror or like a sci-fi fantasy. Is that a thing? Speaking of sci-fi, one of the next books I got, and I heard Rachel from Shades of Orange talk about the loneliest girl in the universe, and that is why I picked it up. It's by Lauren James. And it just sounded so good. I think the girl, yeah, she's a daughter of 2 astronauts, and she I think her parents die. I might be wrong. I think her like parents die, and she ends up being alone on this spaceship, and the spaceship is heading away from Earth, I think. Right. And the only contact she has is with her therapist. Like, that just sounds so fun. Like, I mean, that's like a good, at least if you're isolated, you can still get therapy. Because as someone who's chronically ill, isolation is horrible. And there's still people in the world around me, so imagine that on a spaceship heading away from Earth. But I think that there's like another spaceship coming towards hers called the Eternity, and it gets closer. And Rami learns there's more to Jay's mission. Okay, so there's someone named Jay on a spaceship that's coming towards them. I think they're sending messages, but like, or something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Anyways, I'm really excited for this one. That was a really bad synopsis. I was trying not to like read just from the back, but Rachel from the Shades of Orange talked about this, and literally when I saw it on Book Outlet, I was like, because I had put it on my Amazon wish list after watching her video. What is this? The Missing Season by Gillian French. Never read a Gillian French. What's the mumbler look like? I hold someone's gaze, willing him to let me in on this. Let me prove I don't scare easy, so I'll know him if I see him. Oh god, the names. Oh, this is the one that takes place in October. Whenever another kid goes missing in October, the town adults are quick to offer excuses. Overdose, train accident, but the Pender kids know what is really behind it. A horrific monster they have named the Mumbler. So I kind of want to read this one now, but I also kind of want to wait till October to read it, because I'll be looking for books set in October and around Halloween, because this one I saw said Halloween. There's a Halloween prank war in this, so like I kind of want to wait, but I don't want to wait because like I want to read about Halloween all year. But I want to get a nice TBR pile going for October. We are taking a long time. We've only got 2 books left. So the next one is The Cavendish Home for Boys and Girls by Claire Legrand. She wrote Sawkill Girls. And I don't know. I had a lot of fun with that one, and I know it kind of read young, but it was very horrific. This isn't horror. I think this is like a mystery or something, but like I just wanted to check out her other books. And I thought this would be a nice like just palette cleanser between whatever it is I'm reading. Something a little different and just kind of fun, easy peasy breeze through. Also, there's illustrations in here, and look, oh my goodness. Ew. Sparks. I'm like, ew, but it's so good. And there just looks to be, yeah, like illustration. Oh, there's an illustration in there. Like, that's so cool. Yeah. I think this will be just fun. Just because, you know, just because. And then the last but not least is The Breathless by Tara. Oh, I do not know how to say that name. I will butcher it. I don't want to butcher names. I feel bad when I butcher names. It is a gothic mystery, which sounds really fun. I also think it's a YA. I feel like I've picked up a lot of YA books this time, but they kind of have like little dark edges to them, so I am all for that, but I'm totally down for a gothic mystery. We're running out of time here, so I won't read the entire back of this book. But yeah, that is my book outlet order. I think there's a lot of fun ones here. I think there's a lot of, you know, ones that I can read quickly. They're good between like longer books. Sometimes I just need like a short book to like cleanse after like reading like a really long book. Thank you so much for hanging out, and please, if you enjoy book hauls, book reviews, horror, thrillers, sci-fi, writing, and all that good stuff, please, you know, hit the like button, subscribe, and click the bell, and just comment below and tell me a little bit about your reading preferences. What kind of books do you like? What do you read? Who's your favorite author? Anything. Just let me get to know ya. And feel free to, you know, share the video as well. I always feel really weird, like even though I was a streamer on Mixer before Mixer shut down, and I always had trouble like advertising myself. That's not my word recall is so horrible right now. Promoting myself. There we go. It was always so awkward and icky, but it's so silly. Like, you shouldn't be like me. It's okay. It's okay to do it. I'm rambling now. I do that often, especially like if I start getting like anxious. I'm like, it's weird. I'm either like, I either don't talk at all in social settings, or like I don't shut up, depending on my level of anxiety and what kind of anxiety it is. Anyways, that was a really off-topic rant. But yeah, I will talk to you guys next time. Thank you for chiming in, and thank you so much for sticking around this long. Okay, bye!